しき地の深みへ。ここで我は己を知るのじゃ。
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Game Channel. My name's HA Gels. How y'all doing?
死ぬことと見つけたり。我がこの地におるのはそれゆえか。
We are back with Trek to Yomi. Yutsu Sumaguchi. It is said that Izanagi, the creator, set fire to his own comb, Yutsu Sumaguchi, to light the shadows of Yomi and gaze once more upon the face of his dead love, Izanami. Though she begged him not to, he could not bear to be without her for all the for all the dread of what he might see. I believe we are in the penultimate chapter, if I'm using that word correctly. Because I always believe penultimate means, yes, next to last. You know, I'm really torn on how I feel right now. Part of me kind of wishes that this chapter and the next one are maybe on the shorter side, just because what was I saying? This and the next chapter are actually a little on the shorter side, just because I don't want to say I'm in the mood of, okay, let's go. It's just, how to explain it? Because part of me, from a mechanical, from a style, from so many different aspects of it, I like this game, but on the same token, I don't like it. It's really weird. Because like the mechanics of this game are solid. It's a really good 2D sort of action game. It's very well done. Whether or not I'm good at it is beside the point, but like I was saying, I really do enjoy this game mechanically. It's just, I feel the enemy variation is still on the low side. I think the narrative itself could just be a lot better. Maybe they're trying to make it sort of like the Kurosawa films, not just in visual style, but in narrative. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm I'm super knowledgeable of Kurosawa films. It's been forever since I've even seen parts of one. But I see the style, and I know the style. So yeah, I'm not sure if they're trying to imitate, from how I remember these Kurosawa films, their plots were never super complex. You know, I mean, they dealt with very, with the usual sort of stories. They were, it's duty, it's honor, it's love, it's, these sort of common, what's the term? These sort of common, sort of emotions. Okay, what am I missing here? Oh, maybe the proper middle. There we go. Yeah, whatever I was saying, I'm not trying to say that Kurosawa films were bad or anything. It's just from what I remember, their plots were never these super deep.
カゲロウにこれより多くの命を取らせぬために。では、お主の思う女をただ一人、永遠の道を歩ませるのじゃな。添い遂げたい思いは大いにある。されど、我は義の道を志した身だ。では、お主は誓いを破るのじゃな。
I keep getting distracted. I'm also having trouble actually just saying this damn thing. This game's story is fine. It's just super simplistic, and it's just I'm sitting here going, okay, let's just I get what's going on, you know. Whether this is real or not, I'm gonna guess, or like I said, it just in Hiroki's mind. I don't think we're ever gonna get a true answer to that. Kind of like Senua. Yeah, I just think this is a well-made game in a particular style. It does that style very well, and I have to give it a lot of respect for it. It's just, narrative-wise, it's very simplistic. It's very old school. It just, I don't want to say it bores me, but it's just, I'm not sitting here on the edge of my seat. Oh, what's going to happen next? It's just kind of, okay. Yeah, I've been thinking of, how I'm going to kind of wrap my thoughts up at the end of the game, while I'm just kind of at work or whatever, when I've got a spare moment. Usually I do that when I'm wrapping up a game. Disgusting creatures. Yomi is a land of rot and corruption, a land of maggots. When Izanagi gazed upon dead Izanami's face against her best wishes, it was these foul beasts that spewed from her ruptured flesh. Horrified by what had become of his beauteous, I don't know, love, he ran. But in essence, the way I would describe this game, it's kind of like Japanese Kurosawa-inspired Hellblade. That's what this reminds me of. And that's fine. It's just, I think Hellblade did it better. And I guess because I was talking about something else, I can kind of now go back to something that the orb was talking about. Oh, that's annoying. damn it. That slope there was fucking me up. So as I was saying, that orb that's following us, you know, he said something about, like, the path of duty or something like that. Haha, duty. I was digging through the trophies. And I think I understand what those questions that we get, you know, if we want to stay with the one girl, Akiko, I think was her name, or if we want to be fueled by the revenge against the guy who killed us, or whatever. It's basically the path we walk. Right now we're on the path of duty, the path of we have to go back to stop this guy, to save our people and everything like that. We could choose the girl and then we'd be on the path of love, or we could say we want to go back just to fuck him up because he killed us, and that would be the path of rage, I think. I don't think any of them are particularly wrong or right or whatever. It's just, it changes some dialogue, I guess. Maybe this level would be a little different. I'm not entirely sure. There's not a whole hell of a lot of trophies, so I'm definitely going to try and do another run or two of this game in my time to try and get the platinum. So yeah, as far as I can tell, that's what all the dialogue options and stuff like that were. If anybody's curious of what the trophies are like, it's basically, it's your usual, beat the game on all the difficulties, find all the collectibles, you know, there's some, like, you know, kill 10 enemies without weapons, you know, by, like, dropping shit on them.
Yomi!
Oh, cool, a dragon. You know, stuff like that. So kill 10 enemies without, any of that, perform so many counters, oh shit, I killed right when he does that. I take a lot of damage. But yeah, kill so many, hit so many enemies with counters, you know, stuff like that. There's obviously one for completing every chapter. There's a trophy for completing one level without dying without dying or even activating a shrine. So basically no health upgrades, nothing. You complete, you know what I mean, you complete the thing in one run without healing or anything like that from shrines. Ebi Kazura grapes. Outraged that her husband had broken his word and run from her, Izanami summoned Yomotsu Shikomi, the frightful hag of Yomi, to prevent Izanagi's escape. Izanagi threw down his headdress, whereupon it was transformed into glistening grapes. Though the Shikome paused to devour them, this did not slow the hag's murderous passage. And then I think the only other trophies that I saw were... Oh, what were they? They were, Oh, come on, brain. What was the other trophy? It was oh right, it's basically finish all the boss fights without taking damage. I got one of them. Apparently the last boss fight I didn't take any damage. Oh, this is cute. There we go. That one, it gave you the three symbols, but out of order. I'm not sure if the word puzzle is correct with those, because it's like, ooh, these are puzzles when they were introduced. And I sit and look at them going, puzzles is maybe a little generous. Because sometimes the answer is right there. I mean, I've played games with simpler puzzles that have stumped me. I've played games with harder puzzles that I've gotten right away. So, I guess I have no room to be talking shit, but I'm just saying. Damn it. Okay, that was a pain in the ass. It's the sloped ground. Your projectiles don't work right. And by don't work right, I mean, you know, you'd expect, you know, a human being to go, oh, it's sloped ground. I should have to shoot downwards to be able to hit my target, not just, shoot forward. Oh, I'm sure it'll hit. It's like, well, no, that's not how shit works. And they're dead. Gears of War style door opening. thunder drum. Raging at Izanagi's betrayal, Izanami birthed the thunder spirit Raijin from her very flesh and sent her new child to pursue her fleeing husband. With the sound of drums does Raijin herald his deadly arrival, so it is that Yomi is home to fury as well as loss. Thank you for the ammo. Got a feeling it's a mini boss.
Yomi が許すならばじゃ。
Go. You know, I guess I was... What was I about to say? Come on, brain. Oh, you have to do this in certain order. Okay. I guess the puzzles in Hellblade weren't super, what's the term? Weren't super complex either. But just with that game being in a 3D world, that you had to have some positioning and stuff like that. I mean, they're very similar puzzles because there was a lot of like matching symbols and stuff like that. And I know I keep comparing this game to Hellblade, it's just because I think they're so similar. I mean, hell, just in pure concept, they're so similar. Yeah. Okay, all this, like, twisting ground is really hurting my eyes. Okay, I'm gonna have to take a shot at pronouncing this word. Ukamudu Mino Mikoto. As Izanagi fled from the horrors of Yomi, he threw a comb at the monstrous hag. Shikome stopped her pursuit in order to eat bamboo shoots made from his comb. Raijins and their army joined the chase when they did not stop after he brandished Otsuka no Tsurugi. He threw the peaches at the large crowd chasing him, then escaped. Okay. God damn it. Japanese mythology, or I guess what, Shinto? Yeah, I believe this would be Shintoism. I'm not entirely sure. Whatever this religion or brand of myth or whatever you want to call it, it's so fascinating to me. I'm still going with this as my go-to attack. Just such an easy way to get a stun. When you get the finisher, you get more health. Totsuka no Tsurugi, with his sacred Totsuka blade, Izanagi bravely stood against the foul Shikome, who pursued him through the land of darkness. Doubtless, though, this is merely the lost sword of another dead man, forever lost to Yomi's corruption. And another kill. Like the spirit talking shit. Oh, I almost missed something over here. And I forgot there was another trophy that I didn't mention. It's for killing 3 enemies with the with one shot of the Ozutsu. There we go. If you want to ask me, AJ, did you really need that trophy? Nope. But the more I do while I'm recording, the more trophies, or the fewer, whatever the proper English term is, of trophies I have to get on my own time. Tainted clothing. Shaken by his terrible experience in Yomi, Izanagi sought to cleanse himself of its corruption by bathing in the lake Misogi. Amaterasu, the sun, was born as he washed his left eye. Tsukuyomi, the moon, came from the right. From his mouth, Shina Tsuhiko, the wind. From his nose emerged Susanoo, the storm. And from this discarded clothes came 12 more great kami. Thus began the age of the heavenly rulers. Yomotsu Hirasaka. This is an image of Yomotsu Hirasaka, the gateway in our world to Yomi. Once he had escaped from the land of darkness, Izanagi sealed the entrance with a boulder. Behind it, his dead love, Izanagi raged and swore to drag 1,000 souls to Yomi each day. Izanagi swore to birth 1,500 souls a day to overcome this. Thus, Izanami's vengeful fury began the cycle of life and death, the great wheel which I myself now turn upon. Do I approach the end or the beginning? See, I've always found it interesting how so many mythologies and stuff, you see so many similar, and I guess by saying mythology, I mean religion, really. You see so many similar aspects, or similar stories. I mean, the story of Izanagi, going to the underworld and running and all this, kind of reminds me of the story of Orpheus. I mean, it's not one for one the same, but, it's similar. A man treks to, I guess in Izanagi's case, a god treks to the underworld to see a deceased loved one, but Orpheus did the same thing, trekked to the underworld. And both of them ended up leaving the underworld without their loved one, and for different reasons, but again, I'm not, like I said, saying that they're the same. I'm saying you see some very similar plot points, I suppose you could phrase it. See, I've also said I find it very interesting how throughout human history, so many different civilizations have come up with the idea of the sword without necessarily coming into contact with each other. The spear, so many weapons as you kind of like progress history. From all over the place, you see weapons that have similar functions or designs. It's very interesting to me that, they all kind of came up with their own version of the same weapon. I don't know, maybe there's a reason for it. I'm not a historian, but I've always found that interesting to some degree. I don't know. To this day, we purify ourselves as Izanagi himself did after wading through the filth of Yomi to cleanse ourselves of pollution and sin. When there is not running water, the Nusa wand can be used to cast out corruption. This is a welcome sight, yet I know all the Nusa in the land could not cleanse me now. This is our dojo at home, isn't it? This is where we started the game.
Yomi no maboroshi wa miyakita. Yomi koso onushi no maboroshi ni akite oru. Onushi wa onore no shin no sugata o uketomere.
But Arami-tama, shouldn't you be in the shape of a big kama? Yes, that is a reference to Persona.
あのようなものではない。
ならば我らは何じゃ。広きよ、何者なのじゃ。我らは別れ欠けておる。それゆえに我らはあの輩に二度も敗れたのじゃ。我らは陽炎にとって驚くべきものではなかった。愛がお主を縛り、義がお主を縛り、憎悪がお主を縛る。一つ一つが相反する者同士。和を保つには未だかなわぬ思いを遂げ、誠にお主を導く者を知ることじゃ。
I'm gonna guess reject gifts is the path of rage. And I also find it interesting that they're kind of picking the four, Hidoki as a child, as Nigimitama, himself currently is Aramitama, there's Tsukimitama and, Aramitama, Tsukimitama, Nigimitama, and, I always forget the last one. Fuck me. I can't remember the last one. I've been choosing duty the whole game. Let's go with duty. Aiko, that was her name. Really, he stabbed her? Was that necessary?
Yes. 誓いは破りませぬ、先生。皆が拙者を必要としております。
黄泉より放たれし時来たり。我は我らの手に行け。